Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn, and today I'm just going to do a little bit of wax seal pouring, and I won't even finish any cards with these because I had a pretty lengthy session of making wax seals and just wanted to share a little clip of it. But what I wanted to share in particular is how I turned this square seal design into a circular or a round seal. So I started off by just making the square version just so that you can see that and have it as a frame of reference. And what brought me to the technique that I'm doing here is actually a combination of two things that I've shared already, and I didn't think until now to combine the two techniques. So the first time I played with this seal to turn it into a circular seal, this is the technique that I did. I flipped the seal on its head. It's quite stable like that. Pour a small puddle, not aiming to go all the way to the edges, of wax that is, and then I put my solid circular seal right on top. That does a great job of getting a circular seal, and at the time I was quite happy with that because this design in particular I really felt like works great as a circle because it's got those like those rays, those lines that emanate from the center. And one thing that caught my attention right away with these is that they, especially with those lines, they kind of look like poker chips. Because they don't have that classic border of wax where the seal has been pressed in and is recessed, and so you have that sort of raised border all the way around. And so that was one thing. It didn't bug me, but it did stay in the back of my mind. I was actually at the time quite happy with just turning it circular. But here's the second technique that I shared as a way to create two-tone seals where you have a border in one color and you have the center design in a different color. This I originally saw from a designer on Instagram. She shares quite a lot of reels where she makes wax seals, and she shows different techniques, and I picked this one up originally from her. How she did it was she pressed a seal design as you would normally, and then she cut off the edges of the design so that basically there's no wax showing outside of the seal. And then she poured a second puddle of wax and pressed with that same seal design with wax that's already, in the seal. She pressed that into that second puddle, and it gives you something a little bit similar to what I've done here, where what I did was I took that circular but borderless seal design, and then I placed that on top of a second puddle of wax and pressed it with again, that solid circular wax seal. So it's really, really cool to do this because it works out. It works out really, really well. And if you do, instead of doing this as two tones of colors, you can just do them in the same color. So here I just place my seal on top and then push my pre-made, kind of like my wax chip almost, and I press it again into that second color. And it gives you a perfectly circular seal with the sort of that raised border. And when you do, as I'm doing here, I did kind of cut out a bit of my video and just made a bunch of those circular chips. But here I'm doing it in white on white. And I'll show you a little bit more close up how the finish looks. That's a square design that I've made into a completely circular pattern. So I'm really, really excited because the square seals I think are kind of unique, but they aren't that classic seal look with that circle. So now I'm going to be looking at my square seals to see which ones I can make into circles and not lose anything in the design. Some of the square seals as they've been designed, they would not work very well with this technique because you would clip off maybe something important in the design. But that's where I'm going to be looking at square seals differently when I shop to see, okay, can I get some extra mileage out of this one and turn it into a circular seal? So I think that's going to be fun. I did also want to have a little bit of commentary, not quite a full review, but I did pick up these two different types of wax seal warmers. They are electric warmers. The more triangular shaped one at the top is the first one I got, and it's slow. I don't think it gets as hot as a flame, and it just took forever to warm up and melt. And you can see it was taking so long. I tried to swap it over to my other one. The other one, you can't see it because I have it clipped off, but it's in the shape of a cat paw, which is kind of cute. And I'm actually glad that I got two different ones because the first one, it was slow to warm and just took forever. So I wanted to get a second electric one because even with a flame burner, I like to have two going at a time. But the paw-shaped one does seem to warm up faster. I'm going to continue to work with them both and see, which I like better and have maybe a more fulsome review, but I just wanted to touch on that. And if you are curious at the moment, I would recommend the paw-shaped one. Both I got on Amazon and both are less than $10. So if you're curious, you can check that out more. That's all I wanted to share today. I don't have a card to share. I just wanted to share this technique and these new warmers that I got. Thanks so much, and until next time, happy crafting and have a fabulous day. Bye.